Well, good morning. This is Wander on day 181 of my Appalachian Trail journey. I'm up here with PTL, and we just left Liberty Springs campsite. We're about a little over a tenth of a mile on the trail. It's slow going up this steep rocky area. It's supposedly 3/10, and then it'll get a lot nicer. But just wanted to invite you all to come along as we go along this journey. I'll be back later. So we just topped out from that 3/10 of a mile climb from the Liberty Springs campsite up here to the junction. So if you see, we got Franconia Ridge Trail, which is the AT, heading that way with Mount Horror Falling Waters. It's Mount Lafayette, 3.5 miles from here. That's where the highest point today. Mount Liberty is back that way if you want to climb a peak. It's like, no thank you. Liberty Springs campsite, 0.3 miles. That's where we came from. All right, so the trail this way beckons. And according to Ken, my expert guide, it's supposed to be easier for a while. So I'm gonna hold him to it. All right, come along. So we left the steep climb after the signpost there, and it was down a little bit. Now it's still a little bit down, but the trail, as you see, has been a whole lot nicer. Heart rate's down, and very, very moderate trail. So it's been nice through these trees and stuff. For a while there were some bushes that were tight on either side of the trail and catching a lot of spider webs. So Ken volunteered to move out front and blaze the trail for me, and I appreciate that. Though the weird thing about these spider webs is that doesn't always mean you won't get one, because I got several of them after, even though he was in front of me. So it's just, those spiders are sneaky fellows. So anyhow, we're got a bit of ways to go yet before we get to Franconia. It's like, what it was, 3.5 miles, and we've done a little over half mile since the cutoff. So we got a ways to go yet before we get that high point for today. But we're making good time right now, and should be a nice day. It's supposed to be cloudy, but there's a little bit of sun trying to poke through, so no rain today. And so it should be a real nice climb over the Mount Lafayette and then down to the hut where I'm staying tonight. So we are on our way up to the top of Little Haystack right now, and so the trail turned from nice and cruisy to rock climbs again, like we've been experiencing. I guess that was we'll see for the next few days. So anyhow, we're still climbing up. All right.
Boy, that doesn't get old, does it?
On the way up Lincoln, and turned around, look back, and see this. Welcome to the Alpine Zone. So the last few feet, been having these bog boards, kind of this flatty spot on the mountain here. We're not at the top of the haystack yet, but they gave us this for this little flat area through here before they have start climbing again, like right about here. But it feels good just to have a nice casual stroll for a little bit. Let's see if I can figure out a way up here. Okay, that wasn't too hard, and Ken is there behind me doing his video recording. Alright, this little segment was easy, not hard. There's a father and son behind us, and they're doing a hike. Just a overnighter, I think. Take a look at this. Just a few more steps when we come out in the open here. Gorgeous. So we're climbing up. That's the top of Haystack right there. We just came out in the open here a little bit and thought you'd like to see that. And I may bring you along as I climb up there. Let me stop this and switch camera view. Once we got past that initial climb, that leveled out quite a bit with that alpine region, so it's not quite as the steep rocky stuff. Now I don't know what we'll see on the downside. I suspect maybe more of the same, but we'll see. Right now we're just enjoying this easy ascent right here. Okay, a little steep step up here. A little breezy up here, so hopefully the dead cat's working fine. Oh goodness. I assume I'm still on the trail. Oh yeah, I see a sign up here, so there's a cairn up there. I'm guessing that's the top. Looks like a blue blaze trail going down. All right, what do we got here? Franconia Ridge Trail, that's what we're on. Mount Lafayette, 1.7. Liberty Springs Trail, that's where the trail we came up to turn off. So Liberty Springs campsite would be about 2.1 down there. And this other trail is Falling Waters Trail, the Lafayette place down there. And yeah, we're at the top of, well, I think that cairn right there is the top of Haystack. And I'm gonna stop here. There's Mount Lincoln. That's where we're going over next, following the ridge going up. And oh, and there's a, is that Galehead?
Greenleaf.
Or Greenleaf, I mean?
Greenleaf hut.
There's where the hut's. That's a mile downhill from Mount Lafayette. So that's a ways downhill.
Those buildings up there are for the top of the Cannon ski area.
Ah, ski area right there. See that? There you go. All right. All right, I'm gonna put you away and continuing on. I see a lot of cairns across there. All right, let's keep going. Okay. So here we are on this Franconia Ridge. That's looking back, whatever direction that is, east, I guess. That's where the sun's at. And then, well, I gotta climb up Lincoln. It looks like a steep climb, and maybe it is. All right, let's keep going. Nice trail right here. Not too steep at the moment. There's a comforting white blaze besides the cairns. All right, so let's climb up this little hill together. Y'all see that? That's pretty nice shot. Let's do this. Okay, this is a bit of a, not as steep as some we've been on today. Not as technically rocky either, but it's it'll make you breathe hard. Oh goodness, loose rock. Sorry for the clickety clack, but that's the nature of the beast. You gotta have the trekking poles. Let's take a look back there. There's Ken coming up there. And that's what we just came across. That's haystack right there. Let's keep going up here. Oh wow. Okay. Let you see that down there. That's Lincoln there, so we're just on this Franconia Ridge, enjoying it. Okay, so following this trail, we climb up, then we get to go through that jumble of rocks on the way up to there somewhere. Still climbing. So Ken tells me this lake right here is Lonesome Lake Hut. And right next to it, behind there, is the hut that we stopped in and had lunch, and just where we hiked out the other day, have to come across the Kinsmans, which are those brutal peaks right there. Okay, so I don't know if we're on the top of Lincoln yet, or if that little bump right there, oops, that little bump right there is the top. But that is Mount Lafayette. That's where we're headed to next. Following that ridge trail there, going up. Just some more views. So either that spot we were at just a minute ago, or here under this cairn is the top of Lincoln. And we've got to go up there to Lafayette. But this is the view from up here. All right, and that is a closer view of Greenleaf Hut. That's a mile downhill from Lafayette, Mount Lafayette. And that's where that's right there. That's where we're headed to. So we're on top of this no-name peak, a little bump in between mountains. And you can see the trail going there and going up. Going up, going up, going up, going up. So we got a half mile to go to get up there. All right, just about to the top of Lafayette. The clouds rolled in behind us. And a little breezy up here. Right here's the top of Lafayette. Let's see. That looks like a drop there. All right. Greenleaf Trail. I guess we're at Mount Lafayette. It doesn't say, but that's where we're at. And I got to go that way. Follow the trail way down there, and then probably over one of those mountains in the distance. Okay, just down a little ways off Mount Lafayette. Thought you'd like to see the views here. We're kind of up in the clouds. Right there is Mount Garfield. That's my, got to go over that. That's 2.9 miles away. This is downhill. That's straight out. Some kind of views over there. But down you go. Believe me, that is steep. Well, I'm on my way up to the top of Mount Garfield. It's pretty rocky. And I got this wall in front of me. Not sure what that's all about. We'll see when I get up there. All right. I think I'm at the top of Mount Garfield. There, Mount Lafayette, Lincoln, Haystacks. I came over there this morning. Quite the view up here today. All right, I've got about 3 miles to go yet today. It's what time is it? 12:30. And it's slow going. I'd be lucky to make a mile an hour. So, and I got to stop and get water. It's supposed to be a shelter not too far from here. And okay, you got Garfield Ridge Trail, that's the AT. Garfield Ridge Campsite, 0.2 miles that way. Galehead Hut, 2.9, that's where I'm headed for tonight. Mount Lafayette, 3.7 is where it came from. All right, continuing on down. It's been steep. Well, hello there. So this is the junction to the Garfield Ridge Campsite, which goes up that way, but there's also a stream right here. So I was able to get my water, sat down and ate half of my Pro Bar, what was left of it. Then I gotta head on down that way. So it's, I don't know if you can see that or not. The sun's kind of bright right there. There we go. Galehead Hut, 2.7 miles. Greenleaf Hut is 5 miles. That's the top of Lafayette. So, all right, 2.7 miles to go. Here's another view of the stream where I got my water. This is farther downhill. Now I get to follow it downhill and hopefully don't slip and fall. Okay, another road sign. Franconia Brook Trail. 13 Falls Wilderness Trail that way. I don't see any white blazes. I see some white stuff on trees. Maybe that's a blaze, I don't know. Garfield Ridge Trail, Garfield Ridge Campsite, Mount Lafayette, Galehead Hut. There we go, right there. 2.2 miles. Gale River Trail. So I guess we go this way. So they gave us a ladder right here. Could have used about a couple dozen more backup trail, but that's okay. And bogboards. I got 1.4 miles to go for today. And I think a steep uphill climb to the hut at the end. Well, there's the sign saying I'm getting close. It's like a 3/10 of a mile radius around the hut where they don't allow any outside camping. Okay, so I have reached the hut for the night. This is the Galehead Hut. Oh, nice breeze now. All right. Get up here and give you a view. Oh wow. Nice. All right, well, I'm gonna go inside, get checked in, see what this place is all about.